Hotep, I am the Amen Osiris, the one and only undisputed God of law. We are Deception Stoppers, America's only 4D education service, the 4D Destroyers. I am not a lawyer. This is not a law firm. I do not advocate that you don't support your human offspring. I simply advocate that you made them in private, then you take care of them in private. And today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you the 4D identification technique. If you need help, you can bang my email at 4D_destroyer@yahoo.com. Now, we're going to jump right into this, gentlemen. Okay, if you want to identify how Title 4D works, this is Title 4D, all right, and we're going to do it within a few minutes, all right? This is teaching. You are learning, okay? If you're not learning, then you're wasting your time. If you're not being taught, then you're wasting your time. My job as the teacher is to provide you with the facts. Your job is to verify those facts as true so that you can confirm that you have learned something, okay? So, Social Security Administration publication number 05-10002, October 1996, warns that you should not use a Social Security card as an identification card. The SSN by itself is not a personal identifier because it lacks systematic assignment to every person and the means to authenticate your identity. And let me hyphenate this, italicize that. Now you're going to notice here, gentlemen, I want you to pay attention to the words in red, italicized red. Okay, you're going to see them throughout this presentation, and you're going to, when I'm done, you're going to comprehend why. If you do not tear down your words, okay, if you do not speak their language, you're going to lose. Now, let's keep it moving. So you now know that the Social Security number is not an identification number. And also you can prove it. Pull out driver's license, passport, state ID, and put the social next to it. You'll find that there's no picture on that Social Security number or that card. Okay. Also, passports, IDs, and driver's license you pay for. Social Security cards are free. You do not have to pay for them. Why? You'll find out. Section 8, Child Support Enforcement Program. The Social Security number is the key piece of information around which the 4D information system is constructed. 4D computer searches need the SSN in order to operate effectively. All right? Federal Parent Locator, gentlemen. That's how they find your shit that is secured under the social. All right? So the Social Security number is the key piece of information. All right? Key, an identified description of what? Property made certain. Now let's have some fun. 42 USC 666A3C. The non-custodial parent's Social Security number shall be furnished to the agency. 20 CFR. So this is saying that the Social Security number belongs to the non-custodial parent. How could that be? Under 20 CFR 422-103D, Social Security cards, names, and numbers are the property of the Social Security Administration and must be returned upon request. Okay? So the non-custodial parents, if that's the non-custodial parent's Social Security number, then the non-custodial parent is the Social Security Administration. All right? There it is. It ain't your card. It ain't your card. That's why I keep telling you to flip that lien back to the owner. Let's keep it moving. Now, right here, we got two words that we're going to focus in on. Page 2 of the application, it says the SS5 application says your legal name will be shown on the Social Security card. How does your anything belonging to you wind up on something belonging to them? All right. What is legal? Legal means created by law. So this name was created by law. All right. If it's a legal name, it was created by law. Let's keep it moving. Name, the designation of a human being or a firm or a what? Corporation. All right, make that red. A human being's name consists of one or more Christian given names and a family name. All right. I am Amen of the family Osiris. If there's a name spelled in all capital letters, that's a legal name. It does not belong to me because it's created by law. That name And this is how they get you when they mail those directories to the non-custodial pay rent. They're you in basically under idem sonans, all right, sounding the same or like having the same sound. A term applied to what names which are substantially the same, though slightly varied in the spelling. Now, when you voluntarily attend a 4D administrative hearing, and they say John Doe, you're going to say, yeah, I'm here. All right, they hit you with an idem summons. Okay, they're not calling your name. They're calling the name. They're calling the legal name that is on the Social Security card, because it says the non-custodial pay rent SSN shall be furnished to the agency. So that means that that name, which is the property of the Social Security Administration, is the one that they're calling, is the one that you're answering to, and they're fooling you with an idem sonans. Okay. Now, the Social Security number, cards, and name is the property of the Social Security Administration. And we're going to go into this a little bit. Property, that dominion or indefinite right of use or disposition which one may lawfully exercise over particular things or subjects. Are you someone's property? Are you a particular thing or subject that something can be lawfully exercised, such as dominion or disposition? Who's Legis? Okay, that name on the Social Security card, which is the property of the Social Security Administration, is an ens legis. It is Latin, a creature of the law, an artificial being, as contrast with a natural person, applied to what corporations considered as deriving their existence entirely from law. Wow. So that legal name, right? Legal means created by law. Is an ens legis. You see it? It's created by law. So the legal name is created by law, which makes it an ens legis, a creature of law. It is an artificial being which you are providing commercial energy and surety for. All right? Artificial persons are persons created and devised by human laws for the purpose of society and what? Government, as distinguished from human beings. Corporations are examples of artificial persons. Okay? Corporation, an artificial person or what? Legal entity created by or under the authority of the laws of a state. Okay? Now, on the word person, okay? Artificial person. A person is not such because he is human, but because rights and duties are ascribed to him. The person is the what? The legal subject or substance. Remember, I showed you that dictionary phrase of substance, of which rights and duties are attributes. The non-custodial pay rent, gentlemen, is an ens legis. It is a person. It is property, and it is identified by property. All right? Here's some more. Let's look at corpus juris secundum. And before I do that, hold on. Where did I do it? Yeah, hold on. Let me go back to it. We're going to look at the SS5 application. I forgot to put this on here. All right. And we're going to go down here. Now, if the non-custodial pay rent's Social Security card shall be furnished to the agency, and the Social Security card name and account number is the property of the Social Security Administration, all right, those cards, name, and account numbers can only be issued to United States citizens. We're going to go to page 2. Look, evidence documents. All right, look. Sorry about that. Let me zoom in a little bit. All right, look, evidence of identity. Your legal name will be shown on the Social Security card. Okay. Now, look, evidence of U.S. citizenship. In general, you must provide your U.S. birth certificate. You don't have one. Or passport. That ain't yours either. Or other documents you may provide are consular birth certificate of citizenship or certificate of naturalization. Okay. So those Social Security cards, that identifies a United States citizen. That means that the The non-custodial parent must be a United States citizen. Okay? 19, corpus juris secundum, corporation, subsection 886. A corporation is a citizen, resident, or inhabitant of the state or country by under the laws of which it was created and of that state or country only. Who created you, gentlemen? Huh? The ens legis, there it is. Now, look, it says resident. I want you to notice this here. Okay. Resident. Res ident. Res. Okay, let's do this. Make sure this is in red. All right. Res. In civil law, a thing, an object. As a term of the law, this word has a very wide and extensive signification, including not only things which are objects of property, but also such as are not capable of individual ownership. Okay, let's look at identity. Sameness in the law of what? Evidence. The fact that, and there it is again, a subject, person, or thing before the court is the same as it is represented, claimed, or charged to be. All right, so the social security number is not an identity, but it does, all right, as crazy as it is, it identifies the non-custodial pay rent. It identifies the non-custodial pay rent as property of the Social Security Administration. And gentlemen, just so you know, the Social Security Administration is not a governmental entity. It is not a governmental agency. It is outright owned by Queen Elizabeth, and I'll do a webinar on that later. Okay, but if you've never read the statutory instruments of England, all right, guess what? You'll never know anything because England owns the United States. Queen Elizabeth owns all this shit. Why do you think when them presidents go over there and see Queen Elizabeth, they bow to that woman? All right, she owns it all. Because I own my land. She don't own my shit. All right, but so that being said, gentlemen, this is the 4D identification technique. This right here proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are not the non-custodial pay rent. You are not identified by a social. The social is the key piece of information which child support gets how they track your shit. If you got anything secured under that social, bank account, car loan, vehicle registration, insurance, your apartment, whatever. That's not you. All right. But more importantly, guess what? That's how they seize and find the assets. That's how they place liens on property, which you thought was yours. All right. Now, that being said, let's go to the case law. Oh, before we do that, I want you to see this again. I'm going to go over this. Look, you notice the words here, identity. Sameness in laws evidence the fact that a subject, person, or thing before the court is the same as represented to be. You notice that res is a thing or an object. You'll notice that property, right, is that dominion, right, of use or disposition, which one may lawfully exercise over, look, particular things and subjects. All right? Remember the name, what? The person. Where's it at? What do I do with it? Person. Person is the legal subject. Legal, created by law, subject. One who owes allegiance to a sovereign and is governed by his laws. Substance, that which is not tangible. Okay? Those words, again, these are, gentlemen, it's right here in front of you. All right? Let's keep it moving. Now, when you get those little bullshit ass directories from the 4D agency, this is what is happening. They're not mailing that directory to you. They are mailing that directory to the non-custodial pay rent, okay, who is identified by a social, who is an ens legis, and they're tricking you through idem sonans, okay? It's an artificial person. It's a corporation. It's a person. And you are opening mail that does not belong to you. That is a crime. And the reason they do that is right here. Inasmuch as every government is an artificial person, an abstraction and creature of the mind only, a government can interface only with other artificial persons. The imaginary, having neither actuality nor substance, is foreclosed from creating and attaining parity with the tangible. That's you. The legal manifestation of this is that no government, as well as any law, agency, aspect, court, etc., can concern itself with anything other than corporate artificial persons and the contracts between them. Read the case law, gentlemen. Don't take my word for it. The contracts between them involve U.S. citizens, which are deemed corporate entities. Corpus Juris Secundum, subsection 883 or 886, whatever it. Right? A corporation is a citizen. Okay, it is this is what they can deal with. Okay, so one more time, the legal manifestation of this is that government, as well as any law, agency, aspect, court, etc., can concern itself with anything other than artificial persons and the contracts between them. What contracts do you have? You got a driver's license. You got a driver's license. A driver's license is a contract between you and the state that you agree to abide by the motor vehicle code. That's why you get tickets. Okay? I can't get a ticket because I don't have a driver's license. I never agreed. All right? I didn't make a contract. I'm not under the terms of that contract. All right, the contract between them involve U.S. citizens, which are deemed corporate entities. If you're a United States citizen, gentlemen, you're a corporate entity. If you're a corporate entity, you're an artificial person, and thus the courts can deal. Okay? Therefore, U.S. citizens residing in one of the states of the Union are classified as what? Property and franchises of the federal government as individual entity. Individual in proper cases includes an artificial person. All right, gentlemen, very simple. This is what child support is all about. Okay, they cannot deal with you as the tangible. This is why I don't lose. Okay, this is why I don't get hauled into court. All right, if I'm going to court, it's because I'm suing somebody. You get hauled into court, guess what? I tell people, stop going. Just imagine if everybody stopped in this country, stopped going to court, unless they were filing a lawsuit. It would shut them down. Just imagine if everybody took the license plates off their car and gave them back to the motor vehicle place and sent back the license and sent back the registrations and never filed and never applied for that shit again. It would shut them down. Okay? Just imagine if you didn't identify yourself as the non-custodial pay rent, which is the person obligated to pay child support, then you probably wouldn't have that problem. Now you know. Gentlemen, it's all about the Social Security number. When they haul somebody into these 4D hearings for, I got one for a show of cause hearing. All right, let's say you get a notice for a show of cause hearing, and you show up. You're not showing up as a man. You're showing up as an ens legis. All right, you're showing up as the surety for that artificial person, that corporation, that United States citizen. Your identity. All right, you're walking in there and you're charged to be that thing. That's your identity. And they're slam dunking you. A show of cause hearing? So if you have to attend a show of cause hearing, who has to attend a show of cause hearing? Non-custodial pay rent. If you ain't a non-custodial pay rent, why would you be walking into a show of cause hearing? Why would you be walking into a 4D hearing period? Why would you be accepting mail for a non-custodial pay rent? Why would you be paying the non-custodial pay rents, a lien that's levied against the non-custodial pay rent, when that non-custodial pay rent is the property of the Social Security Administration? Are you serious? Gentlemen, if you have a child support issue, then you ain't getting it, okay? And I'm going to say this, and we've created a new sniglet here at Deception Stoppers and the 4D Destroyer. All right, we're going to put this on our website, and I'm going to use this for my We have when the website is published, it's going to have a wall of shame, and on that wall of shame, you can tell who did what to you, the name, the state, all that. All right, don't go buck wild. I'm only going to allow you to put so much. Just put their name. All right, but we're gonna put that on there as the fraud is magnified page. I like that. Fraud is magnified. All right, that's going to be the name of our wall of shame. All right, and come on down and put the names of those who have wronged you under the fraud is magnified section. Okay, I think that's pretty good. All right, gentlemen, you've been taught. You have your assignment. Okay, you have your assignment. This right here, gentlemen, all this, look, this simple, basic stuff. All right, 90% of which is definitions. All right, a little bit of corpus juris secundum and a little bit of case law. Okay, but the definitions coincide with the case law. Okay, again, gentlemen, if you're not getting your definitions, something's wrong with you. All right, I love this one. A corporation is a citizen, resident, or inhabitant, res ident, or inhabitant of the state or country. All right, so if you're a res, you're a property, you're a thing. And ident. So if you flip the word, it's identified property. It's property identified. If you read it correctly, property identified. Sameness in the law of evidence. The fact that so when you appear, right, you're appearing as a resident. You're identified as property. Look on any application. It says resident. It says, are you a United States citizen? You're checking yes. Okay? Get it straight, fellas. This is education. Okay? This is education. Once again, gentlemen, we have magnified. The fraud is magnified. Okay? It's magnified right here. You see it. You've been taught it. All right? And now you need to learn it. Okay? This is simple, basic, elementary stuff. This is part of the 4D technique. This is how they sucker you in. So therefore, you don't have a 4D issue. The non-custodial pay rent, which is identified as the Social Security Administration, that issue is theirs. All right? What you want to do, start forwarding that mail. Look, if somebody sends you something from child support, from the 4D crime family, put it in the envelope, right? And put a note in it. Dear Social Security Administration, attention, Andrew Saul, Commissioner. This mail is for the non-custodial pay rent, which is your property. I strongly suggest you handle this business. Real talk. Stop doing what you're doing, and you'll stop getting what you're getting. I'm Ahmed Osiris. Again, you need my help, bang my email. All right, website is coming soon. All right, and again, the fraud is magnified here. All right, you can see it, you can smell it, you can taste it. All right, this is fraud in its best form. And gentlemen, I have to, not to play devil's advocate, I got to take my hats off because this shit was fucking ingenious how they got this shit off. All right. That's why we are deception stoppers. That's why I am the 4D destroyer. All right, we don't play that shit. Hotel.